Hey everyone, and welcome to another week of Spectrum Drama. Okay, so first up this week we have a post from Hyde2. He says, do you think 3.3.5 is damage control? Which is basically, there's 100 posts about this. This is obviously to do with the the split updates that are coming out. So yes, he says, before you assume anything, I'm not a troll. I just want to talk. Which is pretty much the same thing we want to do. So yeah, don't be too angry at us. What's your opinions on this, Kryko?
Well, I mean, it is damage control. They can't get it ready for the release on the 10th of October, so it is damage control. At the moment, I think it's kind of projected to come out a couple of weeks to a month later. There's no actual date that they've said, but that's kind of what it's looking like.
Yeah, it's probably wise as well not to put any specific dates, otherwise everyone will cry.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Mac's response to this of like, is it awesome? No, but it's understandable.
Yeah.
Object container streaming was the big roadblock for 3.3, and if they need an extra couple of weeks to get it ready, then that's what they've got. It's not like we've got a say in the matter. This system has to get into the game for the game to progress. It's that simple.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I think that's the problem, is that I think, because this game has been developing for so long that, yes, there are some people out there now who feel, oh, God, everything just seems to take forever. But it does, because, again, we discussed this last week. They're making a game. They're putting in stuff which is quite, revolutionary as far as gaming goes. And as is pointed out, I mean, fair enough, things aren't promised, but yeah, when you say, oh, we're looking at getting this to you at this point, regardless of whether they promised or whether they just said we'll try, or whether they even said it's likely but don't hold your breath, you still have that part of you which can't wait, for that new something to come out. And then when it doesn't, it's just disappointment. I think problem is people can't seem to handle disappointment. They handle it in two ways. They either just kind of go, oh well, or they go on Spectrum and they get really angry.
Yeah.
And, what can you do?
I mean, I think we mentioned this at the kind of end of our 3.2 review as well, of that, if this isn't ready in time, then what is 3.3 going to look like? And now we know. Yeah.
It's a shame because 3.3 was looking like the patch to watch. It had everything that people wanted in it, and now it's kind of a really slimmed down light version of what we want. And once again we wait, until they're ready. But
yeah,
there's nothing else you can do. You just have to wait. And eventually it will come out, and then 6 months down the line, we're not even going to remember this as a speed bump, in the road. It's just gonna be like it was always there, So
yeah, well, with some dodgy frame rates probably.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, there's nothing I like more than smashing into stuff and going frames, but.
Yeah, we do say that a lot.
Yes, I'd love to do. Actually, I think one day I'm going to go back through all the hours and hours of footage we have, and I'm going to cut out every time we went frames. It's going to be quite entertaining. It's going to take me months.
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, there's not much we can do. They did say from the offset that this stuff nothing's guaranteed. They have kind of a roadmap, and they'll do the best they can. But at the end of the day, we want it to work. So there you go.
Yeah.
And that is all I have to say about that. Okay, so up next we have a post from Gabriel. Oh, I'm terrible with names. He says, lights for exploration ships. Basically, the gist of it is that, it would be really nice to add spotlights onto ships that currently are still missing them. and possibly have brighter lights on other ships. And I couldn't agree more. It is unimaginably frustrating when you fly down to a dark planet and you get to within an inch of the ground and then you go, oh, there is a light.
Yeah, but see, it is meant to be the dark side of the planet, so it's meant to be dark.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
I know his point, because there's been a few times where I've been looking for something and crashed into a mountain that I didn't see because it's dark. The lights on the ships are pretty bad.
Yeah,
but they need to be a bit careful with. You don't want it too bright.
No,
but they do need an improvement on what we've got now.
Yeah, because I think the problem is, I mean, it's not a void. It's just darkness, and you can cut through darkness with light. And the thing that makes me laugh is we've got these spaceships that do quantum jumping and all this unimaginably advanced technology, but yet we haven't got lights. We haven't got lights that work. And there's a really funny post, actually, a little bit further down, which basically... yeah, I know, and I've lost it, but basically it's a joke about LEDs. It was quite entertaining. You have to read the post. It's quite a ways down, but it just makes me laugh that they've got this modern technology and yet the lights are like, I don't know, like old 1970s lamps, they're just really bad. Poor. Yeah,
this has come up in a calling all devs before, and one of the devs did say that they're looking at options for ship lighting, so it will improve at some point, but I think it's kind of low on the priority list for them at the moment.
Oh yeah, I mean, for the amount of times it actually bugs me, I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, long term, that would be a nice thing to have, just some brighter lights. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a post from Stroke, and he says, I have heard conflicting stories. Is CitizenCon's stream monetized or not? And we can say with confidence that it is not monetized.
It is not monetized now.
No, it was, and we'll touch on that in a minute. And also, it should be streaming from their website. They have their own platform to stream, so that's all good.
Yeah.
But yes, talking about it isn't monetized now. It's quite. You were the first one to bring it up to me, actually, that they plan to monetize this, and I was literally almost fell off my chair. But you could probably explain it a bit better than I can, Krako.
Yeah, they got an instant facepalm for that one.
Yeah.
Originally, they were talking about charging people that wanted to watch the stream. I can't remember how much it was now. It's like $20 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I think. And I just couldn't even believe they went in that direction. And Spectrum did kick up a storm about it. And eventually we got a response from Chris Roberts himself saying that it was going to be scaled down and they wouldn't charge or something. They were going to cut back, basically, and reduce the price. And then he slept on it some more and then decided, no, okay, we'll just do it for free.
That's so weird.
The problem was he's trying to make a convention, a big one, like Eve's Fan Fest or BlizzCon, something like that. But the problem is they are for games that are complete, and this is not complete.
No.
So upscaling your convention for a game that's in production isn't really the best idea.
No, and I mean, if you look at Eve, I mean, they've got corporations that are worth real money in real world money. You know what I mean? And it's big business, and you can actually make earth pounds from that game. It's such a vast economy and an amazing game. And like you said, it's finished, and these people are hardcore. And we can be as hardcore as we want, but you can't really be that hardcore about a game that's got 3 moons. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just not enough of it yet for it to be a big convention. It's more of a niche convention at the minute for
it is, yeah.
For basically us citizen nerds. So
it's a good place for them to show off kind of what's coming up. But I mean, we're still waiting on stuff that was in CitizenCon last year.
Yeah.
So things they show in this CitizenCon, we're not going to see for another couple of years anyway.
No, exactly. I mean, in fact, our video for CitizenCon last year, if you watch that CitizenCon 2019, it'll probably be about the right time.
Yeah,
that's when all that stuff's coming out. So it's it was a bit of a daft idea. I think he had he obviously his eyes were dollar signs, right?
Dollar signs in the eyeballs.
And he needs to understand that it's not that big just yet, but it will be once this game comes out. It's the following is intense, as you see on Spectrum. The following is crazy, but maybe just kind of tone it down just for a few years.
Yeah, but as for Stroke's question, it's not monetized.
No.
And I think they were allowing people to restream it on Twitch, so you can watch it on Twitch if you can't watch it on Spectrum.
Yeah, there's going to be tons of people restreaming it, so it definitely shouldn't be a problem. Although you might have to put up with them talking over it, like we do.
Yeah.
So next up, we have a post from Dawu, which is basically titled Moby-Glass, Concept versus Reality. And the gist of this, there is some more to it, so I'd recommend probably having a read of the post as well. But the gist of it is to do with the functionality and the clarity of the Moby-Glass, the Starmap in particular. I've had so many problems navigating with that Starmap because it's just unbelievably terrible, as far as the actual clarity is concerned.
It's pretty poor.
Is, and I mean, if you I will try and fit this all on the screen, but if you look at the post, you'll be able to have a look at the full size images, and they are night and day.
The first image is from their concept that was shown on an episode of was it called In All Devs or Around the Verse, I think it was. Last week's one, actually, I think. But then that's in the dev build, but then they go on to show it in game, and it's back to the usual trying to find a pin in nighttime with no lights.
It's like trying to find a planet in one of your ships.
Yeah,
no lights. It's a bit daft, and I understand obviously that they're trying to make it look cool and glowy and stuff, but usable would be better, I think.
Yeah, their concept one is a lot better, and they just need to go to that and use that instead.
I'm pretty confident that they could go halfway. Even if they overlaid, so they got this nice, dark and glowy look, and then just overlay a little bit more clarity on the actual map itself. 50-50 would be perfect. But currently, not very good. And if that's the way they're heading, it's not going to get any better.
No. They do need to change it. Sooner the better, really. Especially when we start trying to navigate between different planets. That star map is going to get a lot of stink on it really quick.
Yeah, you wait till that's just filled with planets and moons and all sorts of other things. And currently we're just having, there's about 9 things on the map normally. And just trying to find your way around that can be a pain in the arse. So, fingers crossed they sort that out pretty quick. Okay, so last up we have a post from Robot Radio, and this is a really long post, and I'm gonna just put up onto the screen the title, but I definitely recommend you go and check the whole thing out. It's the gist of it is basically we've got a guy here who is a veteran law enforcement officer, I think you'll call him. We'd call him the Popo.
Popo.
And but he's also disabled, and this game is tricky at the best of times. There's a lot of controls, there's a lot of things to learn, and doing that with any kind of physical disability, it must be just insane. So loads of respect for that, for playing such a difficult and challenging game. And but what I like is the fact that he hasn't come onto Spectrum to, he has come onto Spectrum to have a little moan, but mostly he's here just to thank CIG for making such a beautiful game. The whole reason he come on to post was that he was sitting on a planet, Daymar, looking at a beautiful horizon, and I just think that sums the game up for me. I love that when you just you get to watch the sun rise or sunset over a planet, and you just think, wow, this is living. And this is I definitely recommend you check it out. There's a lot to unpack in it, and But and he does go on about griefers, which let's face it, they're everywhere. And anything you want to add actually before I?
His reading through his post actually reminded me when we first jumped into 3.0. Yeah, and the first time we landed on the planet and was just like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But he goes into more of the detail in the outposts and all the little instruments lying around and all the tiny details that most people probably don't pay attention to. And you got to agree with him. The artists over at CIG have done an amazing job building these things. It's just a shame that they kind of sort of get left behind with everyone complaining about systems and frame rates and everything else.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that people can complain when you go down, you go even just going into one of the little outposts and have a proper look around on the shelves, because there's no reason for that stuff to be there other than it would be, and it looks awesome. It's it's so well crafted, and every little detail. Yes, there's a lot of weird graphical glitches and bugs, but look past those and man, it's an amazing looking game.
Yeah, definitely is.
Yeah, so there you go. And that is the biggest draw for me when I look at these games. And he does mention 4K as well. And I mean, fair enough, I have no idea if I've played this game in 4K or not, because it looks amazing anyway. And when you change graphical settings, sometimes it doesn't mean anything in Star Citizen. It literally just doesn't change. So I'm still unsure whether or not I've played it in 4K. But I cannot wait to see the full 4K awesomeness, coming through with all those graphics. It's just going to be insane. And, yeah. And we thank you for your post.
Yeah, it was a really nice post. Just a shame some people have to put some sort of snidey comments in the replies. That's just not needed. Come on.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's always going to be one dude who thinks, well, I'm going to put a downer on this. Pick out the one thing you disagree with, even if the entire post is 4 pages long, and moan about it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everyone's entitled to their opinions, and the point of a thought forum is, to post. But occasionally just let it slide. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so there you have it. That's our picks for the week. Don't forget to leave us a like and comment if there's anything you'd like to see us cover. And as always, I've been Deathbringer Cow.
And I've been Kroger.
And goodbye!
Goodbye.